Mastermind principles. The purpose of the mastermind is to learn leadership, build teams, and create multiple sources of income together.
Hera?
Okay. We are here to inspire and challenge each other to reach and exceed goals.
Each member is committed to their own success as well as the success of every member of the group.
We are committed to meeting in person or virtually for 1 hour every week.
We are present. There is no multitasking or distractions during meetings.
We are collaborative. We listen without interrupting, lecturing, or judging.
We celebrate each other's successes without jealousy.
We are honest and participate by giving thoughtful feedback.
We are open and listen to different perspectives without being defensive or offering excuses.
We trust fellow members enough to share fully.
We are focused, but we also think it's important to have fun during meetings.
Oh, I'm sorry, Kirsty. We are real and authentic. This is a no BS zone.
Oh, goodness. We allow ourselves to become completely aligned with each other. The high forces, one mind, one soul, one love.
Hera?
Noble Goldman International is a conscious, aware, and engaging community of abundance and freedom creators.
Our mission is to create 1 million millionaires who are free from the time for money paradigm. We focus on creating multiple streams of income through masterminding, team building, and the effective utilization of the internet-based platform.
The mastermind becomes an opportunity for the self-mastery where the self-transcendent shift from the me to the we to the us occurs. As congruence and engagement increases, the world's consciousness is then raised one meaningful and inspired relationship at a time. Beautiful, ladies. Well, great way to set the foundation of the call. So what we'll do is we'll keep to our numbers that we had, or that we've got rather, and we're going to say name where we're calling in from. We're going to have what your biggest win has been for the week, can be in life, business, anything, what your biggest lesson has been, and also what your accountability task is that you'd like to put out to the community to just say, I'd like to be accountable for so-and-so to get achieved in the week. But it really needs to be specific, something that you know that you can do. So it's not like to earn $1 million. How are you going to do that? What's the task you need to do to help you move towards achieving that is the focus. So off you go, Kirsty.
Okay, name Kirsty Chapman, Sunshine Coast, Queensland, the better side of Australia, I must say. My lesson, what was it? Next one was
Your win for the week.
Sorry?
Your win for the week.
My win for the week. I think my win for the week is just the whole feeling of being very much more comfortable with Noble Goldman. It's been a journey, one step at a time, one day at a time, and being open to learning. I've got this terrible habit of having expectations of myself that I should know. And I've got to get over that. And also accepting no's. No's are a part of the process. They're part of the journey. You know, we only want the people who are open to coming into Noble Goldman. We don't want the people that need to be dragged in here. So we want people, like-minded people, to come in with us. So that was my biggest win and biggest lessons during the week, and becoming more increasingly comfortable with that every day. The accountability task that I want to be held accountable for is continuing with the 90-day program, the accountability program, day by day, the application of that, spending time with that, which I really thoroughly enjoy. It's not a problem. It's quite easy to do. And continuing to learn the processes involved with Noble Goldman, because once I learn them thoroughly, then I can duplicate. then I can bring people on board and I can create powerful teams. But I need to know exactly what I'm doing. And I'm not hesitating starting or anything like that. It's just my way of working through things that I like to know and feel comfortable with things, so I can say to people that this is how I went about it, rather than creating dependence for people, is helping them to be independent and to duplicate.
Beautiful.
That's it.
Great share, Kirsty. Awesome. Thank you.
G'day. I'm Hera and I hail from Sydney. And yeah, it's great to be here. I'm really pleased that I found myself at the mastermind this morning. So my accountability for the week is to myself. Is actually I've found the Noble Goldman getting started kind of modules, and for me, for the week at least, I'd like to commit at least doing one of those every day to get through it. That would be a big achievement for me. So that's that one. My biggest win has been reconnecting with someone, a young lady, like I haven't seen her for 3 years, and reconnecting with her and finding that she's a mother of 2 children, beautiful, and spending some time with her in Sydney. She lives up the coast, and that's all about family, and that was big. That was a big one. Cheers.
Great share, Hera. Thank you.
Okay, so I am Maya. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia, so I'm on the other side of the world. Let's see, my biggest win for this week, I would say, I found an accountability partner for my consulting. So that was a big deal, because I do need someone to hold me accountable, as we talked about. I also am taking my consulting more seriously. So I've been practicing my objections, overcoming objections. I've been reaching out to people, so I have a lot of calls that I've booked. So just really being serious about it. And I guess in being more confident about the process, so that I actually do the things that I need to do, actually go out and talk to people and stuff like that. So super, super excited about that. My accountability task, or what I want you guys to hold me accountable for, I don't know. Because I've been doing my mirror work, and that was what I was holding, you guys were holding me accountable for previously, but I've kept that up. So I don't really need that accountability piece. I guess maybe just to make sure I talk to like two or three clients or 2 or 3 prospects a day. So in the next time we talk, I should have spoken to at least 15 people about thinking into results. So yeah.
Solid. Nice, good work. Love the action there as well, and taking it serious. Ooh.
Yes, absolutely.
Raising the bar. That's awesome. Thanks, Maya.
Mm-hmm.
So for myself, Martin from Perth, my biggest win this week has been achieving my accountability task of getting the videos I wanted to get created. That was a massive one for me. The way that I do it takes quite a while, but anyone can just be a video in front of the phone. So I really wanted to set the standard for myself there, and I got that completed. My biggest lesson this week, I'm not as young as I used to be. So we just had 2 days at Beth's parents' farm there, and I was actually putting up a load of guttering on an old shed they've got, and I really love it. I used to be a carpenter and builder, and I absolutely love doing manual work, so I don't really get out much to do it. So the biggest lesson was that I can't run up and down a ladder like I used to, and I can't hang off a ladder like I used to. I don't have the endurance like I used to. But at the same time, it was great to get away from the screen and be out in nature and out in the sun, and there's sheep there and there's the dogs there, and we're all there having a good time. It was just beautiful. So biggest lesson was to just appreciate that I am where I am, and I can't keep going like a bull in a china shop, as the saying is. My accountability task. So I'm on to the next stage now of what I'm doing. So for me, now that I've got the, if you will, the marketing material created, my accountability task is now that once people come in to Noble Goldman or within in the Your Desired Success group, that it's a very simple step-by-step flow that guides them through what to do next and how to move forward to benefit them. So that's where I'm now strategizing that, and then we'll create some videos and some copy for people to understand what to do is in the next move. I am very much a planner. Well, rather, I've actually never been a planner, but I'm very much what would I like to experience that keeps it simple, and then let me go and create it. So there shouldn't be any challenge for anybody coming in. And then what do I do next? Where do I go? As well as eliminating my time of answering the same questions and always having to be there. So even when I mentioned earlier around the $1 million, what's the task you need to do to take you towards the $1 million, for instance? Well, because we are leaving to go off traveling around Australia at the end of the year, we aren't going to have access to Wi-Fi all the time. And we don't want to. We want to be free. We want to experience the land every single moment. I really want to embrace every single part of it. So the ability to create stuff now that guides people through, that minimizes the need for me to be there. But when I am there, you're getting everything of me, rather than bits because I'm trying to rush. That's the focus. So that's where it goes back to being clear on what the vision is, what the big end goal is, and then what are all the tasks you need to do to get there, and just ticking off the list. So thoroughly enjoying it, but at the same time, I'm a runner, so I'm getting pulled back all the time. No, come on, let's plan this. No, let's go. We got the plan. So thanks for sharing our lessons, wins, accountability as well. Now, we usually go within the foundation. We will do the core values, the goal setting, the daily habits, and the accountability. Well, I'm more than happy if there's anything that's coming up for anybody they want to discuss, they want to expand on. If there's anything that you want to go over to see how we can help each other and what value we can add to us as individuals as well as a group. Is there anything that somebody's like, you know what, I'd really love to talk around this topic, or this is a challenge in my life right now in my business?
Could I make a comment in relation to what you just said? Your wins, your accountability, your goals, blah, blah, blah. Could I make a comment in relation to that? I just trying to think where to start there. You said about making videos and stuff like that and making it kind of automatic, in the sense of what people need to do from go to woe, correct me if I'm wrong. I thought I heard that you said you were looking at doing that in the future. Now, the comment that I was going to make there was that we're all coming from different perspectives when we enter Noble Goldman in the mastermind groups. We come from different levels of understanding about technology and processes. And I'm looking at me when I first came into Noble Goldman. And even though I'd worked in government positions for years and everything like that, but I'd been on my own for a long time. And when I was with the government, social media didn't exist. So, I knew nothing about social media. I didn't even understand my way of communicating was in that box, to ask questions. So I asked poor old Ricky, what do I do here and what do I do there, until I started understanding. So I'm wondering whether there's at some point in time, whether there's a need to have a conversation with people around that. How did they find their first experience before you do the video? Where did they come from, and what was their first experience like when they came into Noble Goldman? What did they find easy? What worked well? What worked less well? And what's the opportunity for improvement before those videos are made? The other final comment I was going to make was that I played the platform videos, the introduction to Noble Goldman, with a couple of people just to market test them. And the feedback that I got from those videos was that it was just too long. And there was too much in, and it took too long to even try and understand what it was about. So as an introduction, it wasn't that crash hot. Whereas the video that you produced, Martin Bell, was brilliant. It was just 5 minutes. It was to the point. And I just believe that learning is not a quantum leap. It's a step-by-step process. And we need to inform people step by step what it's about. Don't lose them with too much information, because when I market tested it, people said to me that, hey, you're going to lose them. This is just not on. I'm going to sleep before I get to the end of it, and I don't even know what it's about. Whereas the video that you produced, Martin, even though that's your private one, I just felt it was so good as a marketing tool for anybody about because you spoke from what you got out of the video. You spoke, and that's what sells, the passion and the emotion and everything like that, not the product.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted to say. That's it.
Yeah, thanks for that, Kirsty. And obviously the focus here is with these calls is that it's open for any angle, whether it's Noble Goldman or any company or individual. Like for Maya, I know that Maya's she's a TIR consultant for Bob Proctor. So you look at then how can we bring that into each of our businesses? You know, Hera, you've got in a business within Agic as well, and so on, and you're part of Noble Goldman in there now. I'm not sure, are you a member of Noble Goldman, Maya?
I think so. What constitutes being a member?
Oh, just registering basically, and then
Yeah.
the abundance alignment tool and so on.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So the Gold Star member is where the upgrade takes place, and there's all the trainings, your personalized landing page, and access to earning income and so on within it. So there's far more in regards to the Gold Star, but when we look at it as a base level from a point of as a business owner, or rather even as a service provider, because we are providing a service and we are coming from a place of how can I serve you? How can I help you? Or we come across people saying what the challenges are. Hey, I may be able to help you here, or I may be able to direct you to somebody who can help you. Maybe this person is a better suit for you, because I know that I'm not a good fit for everybody. I know that. It's taken a long time to realize that. And almost achieving burnout, but I know that some people, and I think Maya, you and I had this conversation last week, just the way that I look, just my accent will put some people off and will attract some people. Just the way that I speak on a video will attract or maybe not attract. So I know straight away that I can only help a certain amount of people. But I also know, did you want to say something?
I hold on one second. Oh my goodness. I got stuck.
Okay.
Was I unmuted the whole time?
You were on mute all the time. Yeah.
Okay, got it. Let me make sure I'm right now. Let me get the video done. Okay. What I would what was your was there a specific question, or was I just giving feedback?
I just brought in, I was talking around what I was setting a foundation really, and then I brought in our conversation last week.
Right.
Around how people instantly make a judgment.
Absolutely.
And then you can move on. So I was just going to get into really more around that foundation part, but when you unmuted yourself, I thought, oh, you want to just share something there. Right.
Yeah. I mean, and for me, I've noticed recently that I do have a specific not fan base, but I do have a specific group of people that listen to me that I've noticed. I mean, of course I speak and I just whoever listens, but people that come to me for like going deeper into what I'm talking about or wanting to be clients or whatever, there's a specific group that come to me. And there's people that don't, because I don't resonate with them, right? So I do think it's important to know and to be okay with that you're not going to get everybody. Everybody is not going to resonate with you. And you really honestly don't want everyone to resonate with you, right? You want to have your kind of, group. You don't want to be exclusive or, exclude anyone, but there are going to be, a certain amount or a majority of people that follow you that may look like you or that may just resonate with what you're saying. And that's something that I've learned to be okay with as well, because, I'm not for everybody. Everybody's not for me. So just being okay with that. Absolutely.
Yeah, great. Yeah, thanks, Maya. And I know that I recently had, so I'll get back to where I was going, but I'll bring this in now, which I think is just important following from what Maya just said. For those of us who are Gold Star members in the Noble Goldman, we know that we actually have access to I think there's now 16 Facebook groups, which are lead generation tools. And through them, we actually have tens of thousands of leads. We have access to tens of thousands of leads. It's incredible. And people who have wanted to be a part of the mastermind group around that particular book. So these people have in a way pre-qualified themselves. Now, I had a guy who as part of the lead generation system, for those of you who don't know, we're able to connect with these people and bring them in as part of on a mastermind. If they want to join Noble Goldman, great. If they don't, no problem. But we've actually got these access to these leads. Now, this guy, I'm being very much tested right now, because one of the things I worked massively on during well, really from after I went through all the depression and so on, was working on myself to share love to self and therefore to everybody else, and to not come from a place of judgment. But when you're going through from a point of these people who would class as leads, you're making a judgment based on how they look, what other groups they're in, what their Facebook profile looks like. Are they a good fit for me? So you're making that judgment there, and then are they a good fit for me? Now this guy came on the screen on the thing, and I looked, and he's in trading. Now anybody who does forex trading, crypto, anything like that, I'm already got the barriers up, and I'll tell you for why. Because most of them are in an MLM model, which I don't have a problem with MLM at all. But all that they are dealing with is they are seeing everybody as a recruiting number, not as a person.
Yep.
And therefore, they're just spamming people. And that's what they're taught. It's a numbers game. And they just go and hit, oh, if they say no, it's not for them. Well, it might be for them, but you didn't learn how to communicate. So straight away, I saw this guy's profile, and I saw he's got his face there. He's smiling. It's clearly not a fake account. There's a few posts, and I thought, you know what? I'll put him in, but I'm not confident here. I really don't think he's worth my time. And I didn't say that from a place of ego. That was just me being clear on my value. Anyway, the message I got back, I sent him a message, and all I got was a thumbs up. And I was like, thanks for the thumbs up. Does that mean that you want to learn more about this? And he's like, yes. So I'm like, communication's pretty poor. And he's requested to join the group, mind you. So anyway, sent him through the link. Then I get a message off another member in Noble Goldman saying, I've been speaking to this guy who I've checked in the system. You've actually put him in the system, but I've been speaking to this guy outside of Noble Goldman. We're working together on a few other things, and I'd love to work with him. And he says he wants to work with me. Are you happy for him to go to me? And I went, isn't this interesting? How I had this massive resistance to him when I saw him, and now this is the situation. And I just said back, and I said, well, what I'll do is I'll message him and just see if this is what he wants to happen. If he wants to work with you, I have no attachment to that. If he wants to work with me, I want to know why he wants to work with me. So I messaged him, and he said, no, I want to work with Liza. And I was like, okay, cool. Liza, there you go. Go and fill your boots with James, all good. And I felt this massive sense of, in a way, freedom's the word that's coming to mind. I was like, oh, as if it's just a weight off my shoulders. Now, bearing in mind, I had another conversation with this guy, but I just felt this negative energy that I didn't want to be carrying with him. And about a week later, Liza comes to me and says, oh, he's been messing me around. He's actually been very rude to me. He's just told me he doesn't want anything to do with it, and he's mocking me. And she's like, I just wanted to let you know in case he comes back to you. And I said, well, funnily enough, he came back to me after he said that he wanted to partner with you and starts asking me all these questions about Noble Goldman. And I said, go and speak to Liza. I'm already too busy with people that want to be working with me. So respectfully, she can help you better than I can because you want to work with her. So it was that thing of, as soon as and I said to Liza, I just went through and I said, I got a negative energy from the word go. The communication was poor. I had no resistance to letting him go, but I gave him the opportunity to make his own decision out of respect, rather than saying, no, he's mine or whatever. Let's let him make that decision. And that in itself there, when we go back to, can I help these people? Are they for me? It's like, well, how do you feel when you connect with these people? Because energetically, we can feel it when we really just take a moment rather than just everyone's a number, recruit, recruit, recruit. And all this guy ended up doing was he was just trying to get her in this other business. And I'm like, and I've had it multiple times with, and it's usually crypto, people in crypto, all they're trying to do is get you. And I'm saying, you're only seeing, you've got no peripheral vision, you've got tunnel vision. Just that way, I've been down that road, and you don't get the success that you can truly get if you actually open up and see how to create leverage rather than just bang, 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 bang. And this is where you see a lot of people, certainly what I've seen over the years, is that they'll jump from company to company. And what they do is they go through the network, the next product, and this is all they're doing is they're just going through the network. Well, what do their network see and hear? Oh, what is so and so doing now? And what they then see is that, well, if I had joined that company with so and so, would I have really been supported? So how long is it going to be before this person is doing something else and I'm left on my own and I have to make a decision to leave and then join with them with something else? And that's, it's kind of like, I mean, how do we all feel when we hear of somebody being at the 25th year anniversary, the 30th, the 40th, the 50th, the 60th? We're like, oh wow, that's so cool. And you know the couple go, yeah, we've been through the mill. We've had great times, we've had challenging times. But we all go, that's so cool, because it's commitment. And it's that thing of, we're here to work through whatever we can, knowing that we're growing together, evolving together, but we're always here to support each other.
Can I make a comment there?
Absolutely.
I love what you're saying. I got ripped off, if I can say, by crypto 3 or 4 times. And I recently watched a presentation by somebody who's doing crypto, and it was the same speech. It was even from the same country. It was just a different face there, and that's one of my filters. As soon as I see crypto there, it's out. I don't want anything to do with it, because I know that they're coming in, a majority of them, from what I've seen, they come in, they're looking for numbers game. There was something I was leading up to and I've just forgotten. Oh goodness, what was it? Oh, I'll have to think of it later. And it was important too, but the memory's not as good as it used to be.
It'll come back, Kirsty.
Sorry.
And that's it's and I think it's important that we are aware that I don't believe there's anything wrong with cryptocurrency. And this is, you look at everything, there's nothing wrong with relationships, but it's the people in them that create the challenges. It's always the people. It's like when I stepped into network marketing, I'm not sure who said this to me. They said, there's nothing wrong with network marketing. Network marketing is not hard. What's hard is you are now dealing with people. You are dealing with their emotions. You are wanting to help and inspire people. And in many cases, as a leader, for those of us who are clear on our core values or clear on our goals, whether it be in coaching, whether it be in everything sales, whether we like it or not, everything is sales. And if you've not heard or read the book or heard the audio, Sell or Be Sold by Grant Cardone.
Yeah, got it. Yeah, got it.
I mean, it's a tough listening. It's very to the point. But even Grant does it so well. He's like the mother, or the parent rather, is, or the auntie in Maya's case, godmother rather. Godmother, was it? Is it? Yeah, godmother.
Yeah, so I have a goddaughter, yes.
Yeah. So the godmother is selling to the child to go to bed at a reasonable hour. And the child is selling to the godmother or the parent or the auntie and uncle, whoever, that she or he wants to stay up. And there's this sales pitch going on between the two. And when he explained it like that, I just thought, isn't that interesting? How even when somebody has a job, the employee is constantly selling her or himself to the employer to keep their job. At any given moment, there's a sale taking place, but we often think of a sale that there must be cash or a credit card transaction for it to be a sale, but it's not. And this is why I feel that there's a lot of challenges in life, and especially right now for those of us as Gold Star members in particular. We're doing the Outwitting the Devil masterminding around each chapter, and you're all a part of that because I post the chapter into the group for everybody to keep up with us with it. But on the Gold Star calls, we get into some deeper stuff with it, and you look at that kind of thing, and we go, well, through the whole of it, we are selling ourselves based on, are we coming from a place of being controlled by the devil in this sense, not religious sense, but in the regard of the sense of the outwitting the devil, or are we selling ourselves to people from a place of God? So fear or faith, which is basically what it is. So I believe that it's a very powerful way that when we step into anything that involves another person or of a place of service to others, knowing that individually we all have a product or a service that we provide that's of value to others, that we are communicating that, which goes back to what you said earlier, Kirsty, that we are communicating that from a place of what is authentic to us. And knowing that not everybody's going to buy from us. I mean, there's many TIR consultants, there's many Enagic distributors, there's many people now starting to get into Noble Goldman. You know, there's so many of us that are, and in everything that we do. But what is it that you do as an individual that stands out from other people? Not from a place of competition, from a place of truth and authenticity.
And with that, if I can make the comment, the most beautiful part about Noble Goldman is that I'm here to build Kirsty Incorporated. I'm here to build me. I'm here to share with others, but I'm here to grow, learn, listen, participate, and contribute. You know, it's the only tool I've seen out there that is the application of all the knowledge that we've acquired along the way, the Think and Grow Rich, the Napoleon Hills, the Dale Carnegie's, the Rich Dad, Poor Dad, all of that. It's a continuous application, it's a continuous learning. And I think that from the foundation entry into Noble Goldman to the Gold Star membership, participation in the mastermind groups, that is my aim, to learn, grow and contribute. It's about Kirsty Incorporated first, and then I can be of service to others.
And that's and lady, please speak. I don't want this to just be me talking all the way through, but that's one of the things that I pick up with Maya, because when you think of Maya in particular, she's a TIR consultant for Bob Proctor. Now, anyone who's in the personal development space has heard of Bob Proctor, pretty much. I'm confident to say most have. And when you look at Bob in particular, the main book he always talks about is Think and Grow Rich. How he's been researching that for years. So you look and go, Bob Proctor leveraged Think and Grow Rich and the minds of other people. And Bob openly says, a lot of this isn't my stuff. This is stuff I've learned over the years, I've borrowed, and I'm sharing it with you. And when you look at in Maya's case, she's leveraging, and I know you're not doing this from a place of taking, Maya, but you're leveraging Bob Proctor. I'm a TIR consultant for Bob Proctor. Anybody who loves personal development likes Bob. Oh, wow, you're working with Bob Proctor. You're learning his skills. You're an extension of Bob. He's giving you permission to go and share his teachings and what he's packaged together with other people. But Maya delivers it in her own unique way. And that's what attracts people to Maya. Because Lisa Bowen in the community, she's a TIR consultant. But I can tell you right now, Lisa and Maya are two completely different people. Both great energy, beautiful people, clear on the message, and you can tell just in a conversation, know where they're going, know how to help people because they're helping themselves first. That's what I pick up straight away. And that's the key there, is because they are so passionate about it, it just oozes out when they speak. And therefore, we're literally like, we're in a way, we're cuddled with it, and like, oh, this feels nice and warm. I really like this. Can you just tell me more? Rather than, you need to be involved in this program because this is what it's going to do for your life, and it's just cold and whack, whack, whack. But you know what? I became a consultant for Bob Proctor because X, Y, and Z. I'm not a consultant, but you know what I mean? But that, and that's where, when you go back to the video I created, I'll finish this, Maya, and I'll let you know. That's when it goes back to that video I created, Kirsty. The two main videos on the two landing pages, they are actually the masterminds of going through it. Now, I had a conversation with Lloyd, and I said I would not sit through a replay and watch them. I just wouldn't. But being on a live call is different because the energy's on the call and you don't know what's going to happen next. And you can also have your input on the comments or talking. However, that 5-minute video I created is simply a trailer to the movie, as we know. And I'm going to do an overview video of the value of Noble Goldman in approximately 20 to 25, max 30 minutes. Because if I can get someone to see the value in 5 minutes and potentially go, I'm in, or I'll watch the video for a bit more because I just want to see it. I want to see how it works for me.
Yep.
Then that's going to be, that's how I view it, because I'd watch a 30-minute video when I'm shown exactly how it all works. But everybody is different, and some people like different things. But the focus is everybody, in all fairness, will say that they don't have the time. They are time poor.
If we've got the 5-minute one, 30-minute one, and people go through that process, they're likely to look at the hour one. But the feedback that I got from the group, the people that I showed it to, is the hour one, you know, it was just too much, you know. But if you can do it in those stages, the value that you got from it, wow, that's going to be, I mean, I need to pirate those videos, Martin. Because that is what people are looking for, whether it be from me or you or whoever. It's to the point. It's what they're going to get out of it. It's just brilliant.
Thank you. Maya?
Yeah, I was really just going to kind of bring everything that you've all been saying together, because I also am a trader. So I do trade, and I am a part of IML. But for me, it's very difficult for me to recruit, right? It's very difficult for me to build the business in that aspect, because everybody already has the connotation about the company, and the company is the people. So that's what they've gotten. So for me, I do it because I like trading and I like to, you know, multiply my money. I like skills. But the building side of it, I haven't been able to really tap into it because I'm not a pushy person, and I'm not a aggressive, you know, person when it comes to trying to make somebody do something they don't want to do, right? So I've always gotten that vibe, and people really, I've obviously shown me that they get that same vibe and haven't wanted to sign up or haven't wanted to, you know, join the community. But in the aspect of gosh darn it, there was something else that you guys were saying, and I was going to tie it. What were we talking about? Gosh darn it. Oh, and I think that's a big part of why I like the consulting so much more. One, because I feel like I do feel like the trading is a skill that you need. I feel like it's a skill you can use anywhere. Like they say, you can use it. I mean, as long as you have internet, you can trade. But I feel like with the consulting, it's more from the heart, right? It's like you changing, it's your paradigm, it's your 96% of your behavior, it's the results, it's the, the habits, it's the beliefs, all of that is more important to me. And that's why I've been pushing, going more with my consulting and being more involved with that, and really not having the trading kind of on the side and not recruiting at all really for it. Like if people ask me about it, cool, but I don't go out, searching for people, because it has that really negative, aggressive numbers recruit connotation with it. But gosh darn it, I don't know what I was gonna say.
Well, we were talking about the difference between the people and the sharing around, like in your case, the TIR consulting and.
Gosh darn it, I don't know what I was saying.
Well, whilst you're thinking around that, I'll tell you as well. A comment came up on a post that was, someone had asked a question, and I think it was in one of the mastermind groups, about which is the best network marketing company to get aligned with. Did you say you're with IM Mastery? Yeah. Okay, so they're in Noble Goldman as one of the guys. They're actually looking for a good leader in that company, by the way, because the person in it doesn't show up. So there could be a position there. But one of the things that was asked is, which is the best network marketing company to go with? And I was looking through the comments, and it was really interesting because, you get a lot of people then pitching and saying, oh, this is the best company. Well, how do you know it's the best company? You only know if something's the best company if you've been through every company and then find out where they're all at. However, the comment I came back with was, it's not, for me, it's not about the company. It's about the person who I'm getting into business with. The person who I'm getting into business with, I want to know what value are they going to provide me? Why did they then join the company? And then I want to know about the company at the end. Because at the end of the day, if we brought it into the human aspect, the upbringing of somebody could be horrendous. They could have gone on a really bad journey through their earlier years, but it's the person they are in that moment. And I know when I listened to Randy Gage, and that was somebody who, when I first stepped into network marketing, has anybody heard of Randy Gage or knows of him? No? He looks like me, but an older version. And he's just amazing. And he's so funny. He's got a great video that funny enough, I've been back to a couple of times over the years. And he actually made a decision to invest in a restaurant. He'd always wanted to own his own restaurant, and he made a decision to invest in this restaurant. And this restaurant actually had, I think the owner had been avoiding tax or something like that. But he didn't know about this. And when he bought the restaurant, he actually got sent to jail because of what this previous owner had done or something like this. Now, Randy Gage turned his whole life around and built a huge organization in network marketing, multi-million-dollar earner and so on, and a trainer and that. But if you were to make a decision based on Randy Gage's past, you would probably not align with him. But it's the person that he is right now and the value that he provides. So for me, I'm always looking at it, and this isn't saying that, for instance, I'll use Maya as an example here, and when I say use, I'm not using you, Maya. But for instance, if Maya happened to reach out to me, or say now like she has done, I do trading, guys, and I've instantly got, my experience with most people in crypto, forex trading, whatever, has always been negative, with my assumption based on the way they've communicated with me. Therefore, I already have a barrier, Maya, around this. But when I'm sat there on a call listening to you, when I go to your Facebook page, I like who you are. I like your energy. I know you are more bothered about adding value to other people in their other lives. I'm getting to learn more about you and your values. So tell me more about this trading. Why is it that you chose to do that? And this is why when I get friend requests, I usually message them and say, you know, hi Hera, thanks for for sending me a friend request. Just out of curiosity though, what is your purpose for wanting to connect with me? And I'm asking this from a place of love and respect. Now, because I'll have gone to their profile to have a look, and in many cases, they are into trading or Forex, or more so crypto. Crypto is probably the bigger one at the time. And they'll be like, oh, I enjoyed your profile and so on. I say, okay, cool. Happy for us to connect. Bang, connected. And what I found in most cases, it's usually within a week. You keep your options open for crypto or whatever. And it's like, was that your purpose for connecting with me originally? And this is what one of the trainings that Russ Devan did about hidden agendas. What is our agenda? And if we are direct with people and say, hey, look, I see you do things. I've gone and done my research on you. I mean, you wouldn't probably say it that way, but like one guy reached out to me and I said, what do I do? And he's like, I don't know. I said, so let me just be clear. You've got access to my Facebook page, my LinkedIn profile, my websites, because they're all on my profile, and you don't know what I do? And you're asking if I want to join a business with you? Why would I want to do that when you've not even taken the time to find out what value I bring to it? Because why would you want to work with me? You don't know who I am. And that's where I often just take that time back. It's not from a place of being rude, but it's from a place of, tell me why. Why? And Darren Hardy said this at one of his trainings, and it was for USANA. And he said, and he was on stage and he said, if I was at the back of the room and I was looking to align with any one of you right now, would you be confident to say that you would be able to attract me into your business? And if the answer is no, find out why it's a no. And that blew my mind, because I remember I was at a leadership training in Miami with Darren Hardy. And I remember him speaking and I'm like, I want Darren Hardy in my business. What do I have to do? Who do I have to become to attract Darren into my business? Because if I want to impact millions of lives around the world, I need people who are willing to do the work, show up and attract other leaders so that we can impact more lives around the world. Does that make sense? And so it's all about, who am I? Am I clear on my values, my goals, where I'm going, the impact I want to make in the world, the impact I will make in the world? Am I clear on who I want to attract around me? It's irrelevant of what platform we use, whether it's a Bob Proctor platform, whether it's Noble Goldman platform, or whatever it is, it's irrelevant. Who am I? What is the value? Who am I attracting? And I did a training a few months back on this. I'll do it again. I'll do it in the group. And it really came down to, you need to be clear on a scale of 1 to 10, what number you are, because what number you are is the same number you will attract, or one may be lower or one may be higher. But if you class yourself as a 4 out of 10, based on all the things you need to become to be successful, you're never going to attract a 7 or 8 or a 9 or a 10, because they're already respectfully ahead. So but you might attract, if you're a 4, you might attract a 5. A 5 might attract a 6. 6 might attract a 7. So all of a sudden, these people do come into your network through others, but you've got to keep working on yourselves. Well, we have to keep working on ourselves to attract better, because naturally, we all know there's people who come into the businesses who, like for instance, Maya, were you just coming in to learn as a user of the course, if you will, Maya, and then you were like, I love this, I want to become a consultant?
For Bob Proctor, no,
yeah.
I think I did the Science of Getting Rich seminar May 1st, and then I had already booked a call for May 4th to talk to them about the Matrix, one of his events that he does. And after I did the seminar, I decided I'm going to be a consultant. So that May 4th call was more of me being a consultant. But yeah, pretty much straight from that seminar was pretty much a decision that I made, that this was very, important enough to me that I didn't know it, knowing that other people don't know it, that I had to be the one to tell other people about it. Absolutely. Yeah. And it's interesting, because Bob also talks about, like you were talking about, the relationship, right? So we all sell the same product, right? We're all selling the same product, but you're not buying the product, you're buying me, right? I'm the added value to the product. So in that aspect, it's good to know, or good to understand that. It's good to understand the strategy and mindset as well, because strategy is only 5%. 95% is your mindset. So it doesn't really matter. Like before this, I was doing selling like cookware. That was it's like stainless steel, surgical, so it's super non-toxic, all kinds of good stuff. And I didn't do well in that business, right? So then I came here. Well, I came to trading, didn't do well in that business. And then I was doing my consulting now, and this is what I'm kind of sticking with. But I noticed again, I wasn't doing well. But it wasn't, again, the strategy. It's not the product. It's not the company. It's not what you're selling. It's you. So if my 95% of my mindset, wasn't in the right space, I wasn't being successful. And that's what I've, learned and noticed, and something that I'm working on now. But yeah, it's really, you are, like I said, the added value. You are what people are buying. People aren't buying the product. They can get that from anybody, right? Everyone's selling the same product, right? There's thousands of TIR consultants. But you are the added value. What you are is what you attract. So yeah, it's definitely been an eye opener for me. And a really great experience in general. Even with Noble Goldman, this whole, mastermind group, I just really stumbled upon this. I think somebody posted, somebody on Facebook that I'm friends with posted something, and it was like Think and Grow Rich Mastermind or something. I was like, oh, I like Think and Grow Rich, So I clicked on it, and then there I was. And then I think Cheryl maybe sent me a DM, and she was like, hey, how are you? And I was like, okay. And then she was like, you should, look at our website. I was like, okay. So I went to the Noble Goldman, and I was like, oh, become a member. So I did that. And then I was like, oh, mastermind call. So I did that, right? So it was just kind of like, just the people, even with that, I didn't really attract, per se, consciously attract whoever that was on my Facebook, but obviously I did attract them, right? I obviously, something clicked for us to be friends whenever it was, and then for them to post that and me to be here now. So yeah, that's what I was looking for, though. I've been looking for masterminds and looking for people who are like-minded, and seeking you will find, right? So definitely a good experience.
Yeah, great share. Is there anything coming up for you, Heather? I know that you like to sit there and absorb it, but is there anything coming up that you like to share?
Yeah, no, I'm just, I am soaking a lot of this up, and I'm getting some things for myself. There's some real epiphanies for me happening here. But yeah, I'm just happy to soak all this up for the moment. It's great. Yeah, it's great meeting you too, Maya.
Nice meeting you as well.
Yeah, it's amazing how much value we bring to each other, and that's the power of the people coming together who are like-minded, and having these conversations, and knowing that in whatever's been shared, we can go away and go, okay, well, maybe let's have a look at ourselves. Maybe the message today is how if I was to put myself on the outside, how would I view myself as somebody who's just come across me? Which is a challenging thing to do, because you literally need to get everything in here and dump it. Literally dump it and go, I don't know anything about me. Don't know anything. This person in front of me, who is she? Who is he? Now then, what is she or he saying? Okay, does that resonate? How am I feeling through this? But without coming from a place of being judgmental, negatively judgmental to self, from a place of how can I get this message across to this person that I want to get it to. So that's where I got clear on. I only want my markets. It's not that I only want to work with them, but I find over the years I want to personally work with coaches and network marketers. They're the two industries that I want to work with, for the simple fact that that's what I do. Therefore, my communication is aligned my values are aligned, and therefore we can work together. And I know that people in that space, they want to serve others and they want to be successful, whatever that may mean to them. Therefore, they're driven. And that means that they are going to respect their own time as well as my time. So straight away, I got clear and I went, do you know what? My communication is going to be this. And you are not going to hear me speak if you don't fall into those categories. Now, some people are like, well, why don't you want to work with me then? It's not that I don't want to work with you. You may fall in there. You may be an employee that just loves going to seminars or reading the books and doing that. That's fine. Be a part of it. But at the same time, respect that you've got to show up and respect yourself enough that you're going to show up, and also respect me for showing up. Because if you're abusing the time, you're actually taking it away from somebody else. And that's the key. It's not about, in this case, me and you right here. Who else could benefit from that time? And that's why, like, I go through this qualifying process with people who want to do private coaching with me. And it's literally like, if you don't do the growth work that I give you, if you don't show up, I have no interest in spending an hour with you for you to pay that me, because I'm not here about the money. I'm here to see you succeed. And if you're not willing to do the work and actually being present on the call, it's a waste of my time that can go to somebody who is willing to do the work and be present on the call. And I feel that that's the difference between someone who's only bothered about the money and somebody who truly wants to make an impact. Because we all know that if we become better versions of ourselves and we inspire or empower other people to become better versions of themselves, the overflow or the ripple effect is more and more people do so, rather than me getting to the top of the mountain on my own and going, what a hell of a view. All right, no one else is here. I'm a bit bored now. Can't talk about it. Let's go down. I want to go with everybody. You can't crack the champagne bottle together, can you, when you're on your own? Bit lonely here. And that's, once again, I believe that goes back to the vision. Who am I going to get there with? Who's going to be surround me? Who's going to be those people that I can enjoy it with? And that's one of the, when you look at Noble Goldman in particular, as an example here, and I didn't know this, and I asked Mark the question, when you land on the website, the first thing you're greeted with is a video of people walking up the mountain. And I'm like, why did you choose that? And he said, because you need to go up the mountain with other people to support in case you slip. You're attached to the rope so you don't fall all the way down on your own. They can help carry you up there and support you, and you've all got different things you need to help you, as well as when you get to the top, you enjoy it together. And I'm like, wow, because I've been saying that for years, but I didn't even notice that on the video that I was saying. I just, why has he got this video? Because it didn't, for me, it didn't represent what I saw Noble Goldman as on the outside, but the message is deeper when we understand it. And that's why I feel it's important that we do get clear on what is our own message that we're going to share with people. How do we want to be seen? And when people understand what that is, they then share it and go, I'm so aligned with this because of this. Does that make sense?
Excellent. Makes a lot of sense. There was some good stuff there. Real good stuff. I took notes and I'll be pondering on those because, yeah, it brings it together. Who are we trying to grow? Who are we trying to attract? And where are we going? And we'll celebrate together when we get there.
Absolutely. And that's the same. Obviously, you're both in Magic Distributors and in the Freedom Era. it's the same within there, and in all fairness, it's the same message. And what you'll see is you'll find people who stand out more than others, and some of it will be because some are just posting a lot more or louder than others, and their energy is that way. But it's also finding those people that we look at and go, well, why is it that I resonate with this person, or why is it that I don't resonate with this person? What am I feeling right now? Because we can only know what we want when we know what we don't want.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why when we, but it's also like for me, I love Noble Goldman, I love Enagic, and I love the Freedom Era. Now I know that Noble Goldman isn't for everybody, but those people that might not resonate with it, they may resonate with the Freedom Era. And the thing is, if they resonate with me, they'll want to know, why is it that you're a part of these? And they'll make their own decision. Now that's just where people are at. But I know for me right now, I feel that a lot of my energy is being put more or so into Noble Goldman, because I feel personally, and this is for me, this isn't saying that this is what the Freedom Era is or isn't, but for me, I feel that Noble Goldman needs more to help it get off the ground. Freedom Era has already got momentum because of the big, powerful leaders that are in there, via Balaj, Clint Christie, and the other people that are in there. And Enagic is already a very well, powerfully established company. So it's already got great momentum. There's great trainings. There's great people coming in and doing other master classes. But like in all fairness, it's kind of like the teenager that's becoming the person and ready to go. But Noble Goldman's the baby, needs nurturing through this right now, and that's where, you know, for me, I'm at a time where I'm able to come in and have a level of influence, not from a place of I want to influence this, but from a more of a place of, this aligns with my values, this aligns with who I am, and I'm able to share my value in there to help this grow and evolve based on Mark's vision. Therefore, everyone can benefit who aligns with what I share. And that's when I posted that video and said, here you go. I could have kept it to myself and posted it just on my personalized landing page, but I posted it into the group and said, have a look at this. It may give you an idea of how to go and create your own, or some form of direction, or maybe inspiration to say, well, you know what, I could just create something like that. Now I know that it's very well presented, but in all fairness, I remember in 2017, when I stepped into the online space, I remember a video from a young girl. She's probably, I'm going to say she was 22, something like that. And she literally was like this, on a bed. The bed wasn't even made. She was on a bed. It was messy as hell. She's on a bed and she's like, hi, my name's whatever it is. I've joined an online business and I'm really enjoying it. The people in there are just amazing. And I just really want to earn some money and just live a happier, healthier life. So, you know, if that's the kind of thing that you want, then yeah, just let me know and I'll send you the link to come and join. And that was pretty much all she did, just on a bed. Now, it got so many comments on it. And the reason why was because it was just so real in that moment. She was just on a bed, just filming it. There was a guy who was sat in a donga on a mining site with his phone, which is one of the golden rules. They say, don't be how can I do it? Like this, looking down at people, because you're looking down on people, and don't be like this, looking up. On a video, we're supposed to be directly in line, so it's neutral. Well, he's overpowering, talking down to you. I can't do it because I'm on my computer, but he's just sat there, and he's like, you know, here I am at work. I work away on a mining site. I've got a family, but unfortunately, I've gone through divorce because I've spent most of my time focused on earning money and working away, missing out on time with my family. And, you know, here I am, I'm struggling. to get by. And it's all through just trying to chase the money. But now I'm starting working on an online business. I don't know if it's going to work out, but at the end of the day, I've got to make a change. So here I am. And if you're in this similar position and you're wanting to make a change, maybe experience a better life, then just reach out to me and I'll send you the link and see if it aligns with you. And it was just so raw and real, and just on his phone, once again, bang, 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 bang. And I remember sharing it into the group and said, this is all that it needs to be. Just get your phone and film something. Because the more times that we spend looking at what somebody else, whether we class mine as really professional or not, and I'll share it with you, Hera, I've just sent you a message. When we make that assumption that, oh, well, Martin's is professional, he's just going to get everybody. No, I'm not. Because not everybody's going to see my video. Only the people that I end up directing there are going to see it, who resonate with me on the outside. And it's that thing of, well, if I allow this to happen to me, if I allowed it to look at this video and go, well, I can't do that, then all we're bothered about is self. We're not bothered about the people that we can help. Because if we just created a video, just super simple, and went, this is it, this is why I love it, come on in and have a look for yourself, there's going to be a lot of people that go, wow, I really resonated with what she or he said there. But the biggest thing is, they go, I could do that. And that's the difference. I know straight away that I limit a lot of people because of the way that I do what I do. But I also create it to be leveraged from, that they can use stuff. So the video I posted into the Your Desired Success, the Imagine video about Imagine an online wealth creation software, that's for everybody to use, because in my videos, I don't mention, my name's Martin Ball. I don't mention how to contact me. In these videos, I've given it to everybody to use. So on the Noble Goldman stuff, but that, because I know that people can't, respectfully, a lot of people can't create that. It would take them a lot of time and cost them a lot of money. Yeah, Kirsty.
Is that a different video than the one I was talking about? Okay,
Yeah.
and where is it? Is it on Your Desired Success page?
It's in the group, yeah.
I'll have a look.
Yeah, I'll tag you in that now. And then I'll tag you as well, Hera. And then you've...
I don't think I've seen it.
No, I posted it last week, so after I'd made it. And I'll send you the other one, Hera. Which is, so just so you're clear, Hera, as a Gold Star member in Noble Goldman, you get your own personalized landing page, and you can put your picture in there and a welcome message, and then you can put in your own video as to what value you receive from, like, the masterminds, anything to do with what we do here. And it's just to say to people, if you want to be a part of a mastermind, come and join us. Come and be involved and have these conversations with people who are coming from a place of non-judgment, who are coming from a place of helping us with life challenges and maybe even business challenges. Be a part of this, because even if it's just an hour a week, it could be the hour that you need to help you move forward in whatever area. It could be the hour of information you need to maybe share with somebody else who needs that in that moment when you're having a coffee with them or whatever it would be. And that's the big thing that I love about Noble Goldman, is the connection. The ability to be on these calls with beautiful people like yourselves, Maya from the other side of the world. We're all aligned. We've never even hugged each other. We've never met each other in person, but we're so aligned.
It's funny when you say that, because, I feel so comfortable in these groups here, in the foundation and in the Gold Star groups, that I paid an annual membership into another group that we're in, and I haven't been back there because it's a different group of people. It's totally different. And that's what society is about. There's the people that are growing themselves, and then there's the other group that are more external. That's how I see it, the way that we're driven as people. And I just belong here. Yeah,
And
just feel really comfortable in growing me.
oh, absolutely, Kirsty. And I know where you're coming from, and I know what the conversations we've had. I think what's really important is that we look at, and this is for me. Sorry, Herod, can you just elaborate on that question? How many pages are there titled Your Desired Success? Do you mean groups? It's a group. I'll send you the link. It's I'll send you the link privately, but I'll also send it here. So I'll help you both see this now. So, which will help you. So right now in the chat, I've just posted www.facebook.com/groups/your desired success. Now, if that was a page, it wouldn't have the groups written in it. So if you go into a group, it will actually be the group. Now, the Your Desired Success at the end, that is something that people who own the group, in this case, they have to create that. Otherwise, it'll just be a list of random letters and numbers. So when I created the Your Desired Success group, I also got the Your Desired Success name at the end of www.facebook.com/groups. So it's easy to find. So when you actually search Your Desired Success on Facebook, you would be looking for the groups. You'd have to click groups and be there, but that's the link anyway, to find it. And if I go just back now, Kirsty, and I am conscious of the time because we've got to get on the next call. But one of the things to be aware of is that I find, and I'm not telling you what you should or shouldn't do here, but what I find is that Noble Goldman for me provides that true connection and deep masterminding, whilst also the opportunity for further authentic growth and the earning the multiple sources of income. But in all fairness, for me, Noble Goldman's a place where we can bring people together, even as a free member, for them to access the Abundance Alignment Tool. Because when people are actually accessing the Abundance Alignment Tool properly each day, they are the foundation principles of success. They are the daily habits. So just to even have that in itself is super powerful. Now, this goes back to what I said earlier. I'm going to be sharing the importance of using them from the moment somebody comes in as a free member. Because if they're not implementing them, they're not starting to even move forward towards their goals and towards their desired success. The second thing is that the freedom here is totally different to me. No. But it's not that it's not fitting, because what we've also to do is to look and go, what value does Noble Goldman, does the Freedom Era bring that Noble Goldman at the moment necessarily doesn't? And in my opinion, Freedom Era provides us with a lot of value to help us get our message as to who we are externally out there for people, to attract people externally. That's what I feel. So it's teaching me the skills to take myself to the next level. It's helping me understand how to use Facebook better than I know, especially because Facebook in particular, and Instagram and all social media platforms, are constantly evolving. So as a member of Freedom Era, I'm getting the continuous up-to-date education and information I need to continue to get my message in front of more people externally. Now, where I choose to send those people to is entirely up to me. So I'm leveraging because at the end of the day, even as a paid member of the Freedom Era for a year, for the value of what we get in that whole year, people would pay tens of thousands of dollars. I mean, I actually signed up to a $28,000 coaching package at the beginning of this year. And I can tell you right now, it is nowhere near, not even 0.5% on what the Freedom Era offer.
I agree with you, Martin, in a sense that it's two different population groups, and it's really important to identify what are the needs of the individual type of thing, to identify which group is important for them, because, you know, both have got a lot of value and stuff like that. And it's about identifying what, you know, I can see what I want at this point in time in my life, but the people that we're working with and connect with, it's important for us to know where they're coming from, what are their needs, who do we connect them with? And it's fantastic to have the options that we've got.
Absolutely. And even the power of the mastermind, for them to come on and experience it, because in a lot of places you don't get this. And what we've done today, in all fairness, is a true mastermind. To just have a conversation and then bring in, well, this is what I'm doing, and you know, together we're like, oh, well, I can actually have a look at that now. Maybe I can implement that. Oh, well, what have you created that I can have a look at and see how I can create something? It's the power to help us all move forward, and the minds coming together. And with, I mean, we all know I can talk. There's no problem about that. But when each of us comes in with a different thing, it changes the course of the conversation. And that's the beauty of it, because then each of us are bringing in a different thing, and whether it's just, you know, in a way, one dominating, which maybe feel like it's been me today, dominating the flow. But it's also that, well, maybe if you're further ahead in what you've created and we're on that similar journey, what have you done? What have you learned? How can you help us get there quicker from your experience? Because at the end of the day, I don't want anybody to go through the same challenges that I've gone through, from an angle of not from a point of, I don't want you to go through challenges because that's how we learn, but from a point of, if I can help you save money and save time, you're already going to have challenges because you've got to get past where you're currently at right now. But if I can save you that, what a gift to just help you get to that. If I can direct you to a video that's going to help you move on, what a gift. And that's the key. Well, you're on mute, Kirsty, but I am going to have to wrap this up after this.
We're learning to play the game of life.
Absolutely. And exactly like Mark says. 100%. So I'll have to go because I know that others will be wanting to jump on the Gold Star right now. I've tagged you both in the video in the Your Desired Success group, which is the imagination video.
Good.
And I'll send you the link, Hera, to the other one.
And we can share that imagination one. We can share that.
The imagination one is on YouTube, but it's posted in the group as its own video, so that can't be shared because it's in a private group. But the imagination video is actually on YouTube, so I'll send you the link there, and you can go and you can share that. Yeah, totally. I've branded it Noble Goldman and everything, so people can share it. Yeah. I'm gonna have to go for a wee and then get on the other call. So
thank you.
thanks, ladies. Bye-bye.
Thank you.